Well, hello everyone. My name is Maryellen and I'm really excited tonight to share these rapid fire testimonials. Because as you know, I was introduced to Neolife 29 years ago, and that's actually a picture of my family. And they're all Neolife babies and kids, and they actually all grew up on the products. And the reason I got started was because of my son, who was on the right-hand side. He had a lot of respiratory issues, and as a concerned mom, I was looking for something to boost him up. And I tell you, I tried a lot of products. We did lifestyle changes, and he was still getting very, very poor results. So one day we had dinner at a coworker's, and I couldn't believe how great she looked. She was always tired and sick and run down, and I just thought it was because she had three small kids. And we went and had dinner with her, and she's glowing in health. So I said, you know what are you doing? And she said, the only thing I'm doing different is I'm taking these whole food supplements from Neolife. And I don't know a lot about it, except the fact they've been around since 1958, and I'm not sick and tired anymore. So I said, you know what? I trust you. I got some information from her, and we got started. And I just want to clarify right now, these products don't diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. But it is amazing what the body can do when it has the right stuff. And that's what happened with us. So David, within 6 months, his health completely turned around. My older son started focusing better in school. I got rid of the migraine headaches I suffered from my whole life. It took me a little bit longer to talk Henry into trying the products, but once he did, he used to get pneumonia every year. He stopped getting that. He recovered from shift work because he had a very stressful job as a police officer. So our whole family, and even we introduced my mother-in-law, who I think she lived till 97 years old, and with great health on no medication. So this is the difference these products can make, and that's what makes Neolife so unique. Because when you look at all the different products out there, how do you know what to look at? And the thing that impressed me with Neolife is the fact that they're created by doctors and scientists. They're not just endorsed by a good-looking doctor. And they're all whole food based. So they're based in nature, but backed by science. Because as we know, food is our medicine, not isolates and chemicals and things that are in a lot of other products. And it's super important too that they're non-GMO, and they can trace the product right from the seed stock, and also independent testing that actually, test the products and proves that they work in the body, they get the results they want, and published in peer-reviewed journals. So that's what really impressed me. And even the fact that they have a pharmaceutical license for manufacturing. Because a big problem in the industry is a lot of the products out there, they don't list a lot of the stuff that's in the product. But when you have a pharmaceutical license, you have to list all the ingredients. And that's another unique difference with Neolife. So we're going to talk, I'm going to actually play the video. So just give me a thumbs up that you can hear it when I start. And which shares so many stories. And this is what impressed me when I got started, the fact people get results, because I see a lot of great products out there. The ingredients look wonderful, but they don't work like this. So here we go.
I had just finished treatments for breast cancer. Leading up to that, my life was stressful. I was always tired. I was juggling working at 12-hour shifts at the hospital, plus taking care of two young kids who were 4 and 10 at a time. And at that point, I knew I had to make some changes in my life. Most of all, I needed help with my energy level and my immune system. So I'd go to the homeopath, I'd go to the health food stores, just looking for help. And thankfully, I met Maryellen, and that ended my search. I met her at a friend's house at a jewelry party, and she shared Neolife with me. It all made sense to me when I saw the program, and I was especially drawn to the science behind the products. I started on some of the products equivalent to the Pro Vitality, and within a few weeks, I felt a huge difference in my energy level. And another thing was with a strong immune system, I didn't get sick as often. And even if I did, it would just last maybe a day or two. And a side benefit was my allergies as well, too. I had seasonal allergies in spring and fall, and that disappeared. I didn't have to use all the antihistamines anymore. So I'm so grateful for these amazing products that have changed my life. And I'm proud to say that I'm a 29-year breast cancer thriver, not a survivor. and and I feel better today in my 60s than I did in my 30s. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my story.
Oh, she wants me to move over. Hello, my name is Emma. I'm going to introduce to the product New Life by my daughter Nada. At the time, that's 30 years ago. At the time, I was in a lot of pain, muscle pain and weakness, and the doctors couldn't tell me what it was until we moved up to Bolton, and I had got a new doctor. She diagnosed me with my fibromyalgia, and at the same time, I also had arthritis in my fingers, my toes, and my knees. And Nada right away, suggested to try the products, and I was already on some things, but then she realized what I need. So I was added to salmon oil, full motion, and probiotics. And within the maybe a month or so, I started noticing the difference. Before the products, I couldn't even open my fingers in the morning to cut an apple for a long time. They were so stiff, and the pain was bad. And eventually I started feeling like my knees were not hurting going up and down the stairs. My fingers started opening up, and the pain was almost gone, and I couldn't believe it. So I feel great now in my 70s, and I'm so thankful. I'm able to manage my fibromyalgia, and I'm so thankful for the Neolife products. Thank you, Neolife. Very shy.
Hi, my name is Shelley, and I live in Elora, and I heard Emma, the last speaker's testimonial, because I had joint pain in my knees. I had them scoped when I was in my 20s, and was running into trouble again in my 40s, but didn't want to have surgery again. And I heard the story. I took the information home. I shared it with my husband, and he actually, just to do a little sidestep here, he decided he had been struggling with weight loss his whole life. And after doing a bit of research, being a skeptic as he is, did a lot of research about the company, decided to try the weight loss program. And I decided to try some products as well. And our son decided to try the protein shake as well. So my husband got on the weight loss program and lost weight. He had actually tried a different company a couple of months before, and had gained weight on their program just because his body was just so unique, and it was always a challenge losing weight. So when he lost weight with the Neolife products, he was so thrilled. And then actually a couple of years later, because he kind of went into maintenance for a while, a couple of years later, he decided to join the challenge, the 30-day and the 90-day challenge. And he lost another 37 pounds and became actually a 90-day challenge champion. So that's his story, that he's maintaining his weight now. For me, I tried the same products that Emma had mentioned about her joint pain. And within a month, I was back running. And within a month, I was back running, and within a few more months to a year, I didn't have to wear my neoprene braces anymore because the inflammation was gone and my knees felt great. And I tell you, I am so thrilled to know about these products, because in February, I broke my leg, both bones under my knee. And because I've been using these products now for 12 years, I upped the products, I got some more full motion, I got some more of the salmon, I got some more of the protein, and just gave my body the best nutrition as I could, and I healed amazingly. People were telling me that I hardly had any inflammation for what I had done, and they were surprised that within 7 weeks, the cast was off, I was walking, the bones were healed. So grateful to know about these products. And if there's something that you're curious about, it would be worthwhile giving it a shot, because they really, really work and have the science to back it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Violet Abraham. I live in New York. When I first introduced to Neolife, I was taking Pro Vitality. That was my first one, and it really gave me a lot of energy in a few weeks. And so I started to try the other products. I went into the 3-day detox, and also I'm not a shake person, but I wanted to try it. But as soon as I started taking, within few weeks, I could see my blood sugar coming under control, like, balance, like not going all over the place. And then I ended up adding the glucose balance, like now I take like 5 pills in the morning and 5 pills in the evening before bed. And it's amazing how my blood sugar is regulated. So that's my testimony. And I had neuropathy in my fingers and it's disappeared. I don't have any pains or numbness or whatnot. So the product really worked. And so I take those two, supplements for the diabetes, the blood sugars, and it really, really works. So I'm so grateful to Neolife, and I thank God for healing me too.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pauline, and I reside in Silver Lake, Alberta. I was introduced to Neolife 22 years ago. Friends, imagine every time you brush or comb your hair, you notice clumps of hair coming out. And as you look at your hair, you notice bald spots on your scalp. This is what I experienced before using Neolife products, a whole food and nutritional company. I also noticed cracks and ridges on my fingernails. I yearned to see my hair and nails looking healthier. So I decided to do something about it. I called my friend Joan, a Neolife director, and after discussing products with her, I decided to use a breakfast pack, which consists of protein shakes as well as nutritional supplements. After a span of about 3 months, I noticed a major transformation. No bald spots, no hair on my comb or brush after brushing, and healthier looking hair. As for my nails, they were almost perfect. I was delighted. Using Neolife products gave me the results I yearned for, and I am sure when you use them, you too will be delighted. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yulilee Walling Sampson. I live in Markham, Ontario. 10 years ago, I joined Neolife. But several years prior to that, I would always get a cold in the wintertime. My remedy was always Vicks, until one day, my sister Joyce, who was a director in Neolife, suggested that I take Respects. I was not interested, but she persisted every month. It was, you need to order Respects. It got to the point that I was tired of having her constantly remind me to purchase Respects, that I decided to purchase 1 bottle, thinking it would not work. Then I could prove to her that taking Vicks was a better way. But boy, was I wrong. The very first time I took Respects, I noticed the difference. My cold did not last as long as it usually did, which was about 4 to 6 weeks. Obviously, I said nothing to her. But the next year, when winter rolled around, my sister once again, it's time to get your Respects. I bought another bottle, and this time, the supplements literally arrested my cold. This time, my cold lasted only about 3 weeks. And even some of my friends noticed it and commented on it. I told them about the product, and a few of them did purchase products also. My sister was obviously aware of the impact Respects made on me. So the following year, just before winter started, she again reminded me, time to take your Respects, which I did this time. This time it was as though I did not get a cold. It did not last even 2 weeks. I was sold. But when I received a check in the mail, although a small one, about $20, $25, I don't remember the exact amount, the light bulb went on. I asked my sister, what was the reason for the check? And she explained that because you took the products and shared it with others, Neolife thanked me for it with a check. I was blown away. Really? I said to her, are you telling me that if I share this product with others, the company will pay me? Her reply, yes. My immediate response was, sign me up. Her reply to me was, I already did. That's how you received the check. I was totally converted. And as they say, the rest is history.
Hi, my name is Leonie, and I live in Orangeville, Ontario, and I just wanted to share my journey with you, my health journey. In the summer of 2020, I experienced some chest pain, and I went for a stress test, actually, and the results were normal. And my cardiologist would put me, she schedule angiogram for and to check if I had any arterial blockages. So procedure, if they found any kind of blockage, I wasn't happy with that because I didn't want any foreign thing in my body. So what I did was, we waited for the appointment, and to prepare for the procedure, I started on a 30-day heart program. And that involved, a whole lot of vitamins. But I decided because it was 30 days, I actually went longer because I was still waiting for my appointment. Anyway, so the day came, and immediately after the angiogram, this is the funny part, the surgeon said to me, you have the heart of a teenager, and there are no blockages. And I was ecstatic. And needless to say, I'm in my 60s actually. And at this point in my life, you would think with all the stuff that I've been eating, and although I've been pretty good, you would find some kind of blockage. But, actually, I am so grateful that Neolife has kept my heart young. The other story that I have is a diverticulitis that my husband, Steve, suffered 14 years ago. And diverticulitis is the inflammation of the intestinal tract. He had a really, really severe attack, and he was confined to bed for about 10 days. And during that time, all he took was just a complete liquid diet plus a wonderful aloe vera juice for 10 days. And he felt considerably better. And after that, he was fine. He behaved himself, I would say. And about 5 years ago, we decided that he had just to make sure that everything was working fine, he went for a scope, and they found no inflammation. So I'm so grateful that God brought me to, Nada brought her, God brought Nada to me, rather, to help keep our family healthy. And we are grateful that we're all healthy inside and out. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy, and I live in Springwater, Ontario. Almost 25 years ago, I was introduced to Neolife by a good friend from work. And prior to that, for 5 years, I'd suffered with fibromyalgia and had pain from the neck down. It was everywhere. I was in constant pain. And actually, at times, I was in tears, even like during the night in bed. I could not move without pain. I was tired, and I was unable to enjoy doing things with my children who were in their early teens then. I would go to bed actually before them. I also had IBS. My life was being totally controlled, and despite eating well, going to doctors and chiropractors, I had no relief. So as I say, a good friend and coworker, she kept telling me about these nutritional products that I should help. And I was so skeptical. And I said, I'm already using things. I'm taking vitamins and fish oils, but they weren't working. And it wasn't until about a year later when she said to me, just be careful of the source of what I was taking, that something clicked, and I decided to take a look at these products. We got some interference here. But even then, it was more because of my daughter. It was more because of my daughter, who was a very picky eater. I got the whole family on a basic feel-good program, but I found even though I didn't expect to get results, but I did get results. And within 3 weeks, my energy came back. And in a month and a half, the chronic pain that I lived with for about 5 years was gone. Gradually, I added some of the digestive products, and my IBS has been in total control for, I guess, decades. I can live and enjoy life. And now with 6 grandchildren, I am almost 69-year-old grandmother, very active grandmother. And but thank you for letting me share this. And I really do encourage everyone at any age to give the products a try.
Hi, everybody. My name is Serena, and I live in Shelburne, Ontario. A couple of years ago, I was really struggling with fatigue. I had very low energy and brain fog. I'd been diagnosed with prediabetes a few years back, and my mom was diagnosed with hypothyroidism about my age. So I was concerned that I maybe had something going on with my health. I went to my doctor, and he ran some tests for me, and thankfully everything was fine, but I didn't feel fine. So I decided to reach out to Nada from Neolife, who I had met a few years prior. I remember the products she had were non-GMO, based on science, and of superior quality. She recommended the breakfast pack to me, and within 2 weeks, I started feeling better. It started with my brain fog clearing, my energy bouncing back, and my fatigue was gone. And with helping to balance my hormones, I even noticed I was losing some weight, which was an added bonus. I was so thankful to have my health back. Around the same time, my daughter was having some health concerns. I again reached out to Nada for some advice. When Jaden was 18 years old, she started having joint pain and discomfort. It was mainly in her shoulders and wrists. She would wake up in the morning very stiff, and it took her a while to loosen up. For a period of time, she wasn't able to hold her hairbrush or toothbrush first thing in the morning. Her hands and wrists were so stiff. Jaden was a competitive dancer and did a lot of acrobatic dancing, and she really thought most of her discomfort was coming from the flips and tricks and strain she was putting on her body. She eventually went to her doctor after getting no relief from Advil and Tylenol. She had now graduated high school and was no longer dancing, but the discomfort continued. The doctor felt there was a good chance she may have carpal tunnel syndrome. He referred her to a neurologist for testing. The neurologist found some mild carpal tunnel, but referred her back to her family doctor. She felt that some of Jaden's signs and symptoms were possibly due to arthritis, and she was right. Around the same time as her joint discomfort, Jaden was having digestive issues. She was having a lot of stomach pain, and at times wasn't going to the bathroom for days. There was a couple of times she was in so much discomfort, she was going to have to go to Emerge. And over a couple of years, she had gone to her doctor several times, and they tried different things like softeners and laxatives. And she even tried changing her diet to see if there were certain foods that may be a trigger, but nothing seemed to help. But thankfully in 2020, Jaden was introduced to Neolife. She started to take the probiotics, and within a couple of weeks, she started having regular bowels. She added on a few extra products, and now, a year later, she has no joint pain. She's able to exercise regularly and be on her feet all day as a nurse helping others. She is so thankful, and as her mother, I am forever grateful my girl has her health back. Thank you, Neolife.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura May from Fergus, and I have a wonderful report in on our Neolife products. I met Nada at the skateboard park when her little boys were playing at the skateboard park when my little boys at the time, 2010, they were 8 and 5. And I was not I tried to be the bubbly girl that I was on the inside, but I just didn't have the energy. Everything felt difficult. I was barely alive at so many levels. I was tired. I was stressed. I wasn't sleeping, or I was sleeping too much. And even if I ate healthy food, it still never seemed to work. I never felt any better. And I was really at my wit's end. And Nada was this angel at the skateboard park, saying, you know, Laura May, you don't have to live like this. This is not the reality you have to experience. And so I really wanted to believe her, and I was skeptical, but then I let her guide me. And she showed me slowly but surely, she showed me by giving me Formula 4, which has our green oils in it, and Tran and the protein. Slowly but surely, I started to feel better. And I started to realize I was underweight. And so I started to realize as my body started to regulate, and I was starting to have regularity at all levels. I was feeling like eating more. I was feeling like playing with my kids. I started to just come back to life, really. And when Nada and I were talking about talking with everyone tonight about my story, I said, the woman I am today, I don't know if I could possibly be the woman that I am today if I had not had those grain oils. And so I would say it's the signature product for me in being able to get to the place that I am now, where I'm vibrant and happy and giving back to the world every day with the work that I do and sharing the products. And I just like everyone so far tonight, and I'm sure the rest of the evening, we're just so grateful for Neolife and the proper nutrition that Neolife gives us, the base and the opportunity for our bodies to do what they need to do to regulate and be well. This is our natural state, to be healthy and well. And I'm just so grateful. So thank you, Nada, and thank you everyone here. Thank you, Neolife, because it's like I got my life back.
Hi, my name is Wen Bogues. I currently live in Wellington, Ontario, commonly known as Prince Edward County. I'm a retired from nursing after a wonderful 50-year career as a nurse practitioner. I was first introduced to Neolife in my early 30s by my good friend Lynn Mittenoff. I was unaware that I had any health concerns, and I was just filling in the gaps in my nutrition, mid-30s, right? However, my wake-up call was high cholesterol 15 years later when I was perimenopausal. I was a little overweight, 25 plus pounds, and hypothyroid. My family struggled with heart disease and diabetes type 2, and I didn't want to join them. I didn't want to take medications with potential side effects for the rest of my life either. I was lucky and smart. I talked with my sponsor, Lynn, and I added the heart health regimen of the day. It was extra salmon oil plus, lipotropic adjunct, vitamin E, and enteric-coated garlic. Later, we got to add CoQ10. But I just added that to my regular supplement program. As a nurse practitioner working in a rural setting, I could order and interpret my own blood work. I watched my cholesterol profile improve slightly after only 1 month on the products, but I was cautious with that first dip, thinking placebo effect. Then at 3 months, the drops in the total and bad cholesterols were obvious. And at 6 months, both were normal. My good cholesterol was extremely high, which is really good. And my triglycerides remained low. I was ecstatic, to say the least. You can't get these last two effects on medication. To this day, some 20 plus years later, my annual blood work continues to be outstanding. Added bonus of being on the heart health program is that my thyroid medication, my thyroid hormone needs are less. I'm aging gracefully and I'm maintaining my good health. Thank you, Neolife.
Hi, I'm Heather LaCroix, and I live in, yes, I'm unmuted. I'm Heather LaCroix, and I live near Fenham Falls with my husband, and we have 2 daughters and 4 grandchildren. I was a school teacher for 25 years, and my husband owned his own engineering company. I found teaching to be very stressful. The mental demands of my job were very high, adding to the normal stress of a busy household with 2 teenagers in high school. It seemed that finances were always strained to the limit. I felt like I was always behind, too much to do and not enough time, and I was sadly neglecting my own self-care. My stress built up so much that I burned out. I simply couldn't function properly. I was diagnosed as clinically depressed and was off work on stress leave under a psychiatrist's care and was prescribed antidepressant medication. Well, I had been introduced to Neolife, and through Neolife, I had learned about the power of good nutrition, and I wanted to avoid taking the drugs if at all possible. So I consulted a naturopathic doctor who approved the Neolife products I wanted to take. So, along with the breakfast pack, I increased my Super B, Salmon Oil Plus, Aloe Vera Plus, and the Herbal Rest and Relax. So after a year off work with regular counseling, self-care, rest, and the extra Neolife nutritionals, I was given the okay by my doctor to return to teaching. So I taught for another year and retired in 2009. I now live a very active, healthy life and can truly say that I experience joy every single day. In these stressful times, we hear that even more children are experiencing mental health issues. I hope that by sharing my story, I can help others in their journey to complete wellness, starting with optimal nutrition.
Hi, my name's Lori Bateau, and I was introduced to Neolife by Nada St. Germain, I think 24 years ago. At the time, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and she put me on a protocol that helped me almost immediately. But shortly after that, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and that was the killer. Of course, the doctors told me I had to go on very strong medication, and I can't even think of the name of it right now. But whatever it was, it destroyed my digestion, my esophagus. It burnt my esophagus, and I went back to Nada. Nada put me on another protocol of, oh boy, can I remember what it was? Full motion, sorry. It would have been probiotics, aloe, and garlic. And then I went on full motion salmon oil and carotenoids, along with all the other stuff that I took. And within 3 months, I was off all the medications. I'd wake up in the morning and my hands weren't like where I had to peel them open. They were actually moving nicely. The full motion just helped so much. Basically, it changed my life. So if anybody's even thinking or hesitating to try the products, don't hesitate. Just give it a try, because for sure it'll help you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lynn Mittenoff, and I live in Newmarket, Ontario. I was a registered nurse, now retired. I was introduced to Neolife by my friend Jim Stevenson, a City of Calgary councilman, who's now also retired. My favorite Neolife product is the Neolife business opportunity. Why? Because it changed my life. When Jim introduced me to Neolife, I was 34 years old and already had been nursing for 13 years. I was clear that I liked being a nurse, but also I was clear I never wanted to be a patient. I recognized that I was working in the sickness industry and I wanted to help people live in the wellness arena. I understood the power of prevention. So the Neolife supplements made from real whole food made sense to me. I also recognized that I was working shift work, weekends, holidays, and my teacher husband was not. And that was likely not going to change. I had no control over it. I had no time freedom. So I got started in the Neolife business, and over the next 12 years, I was able to move from full-time to part-time and finally no time nursing. I retired at age 45. I was working in the wellness industry with Neolife. I had control over my own time, and the future looked bright, filled with more of the same, sharing Neolife products and business opportunity. It's been 37 years since I started my Neolife business. I'm 71 years young. I take no medication and have never needed to be hospitalized for any illness. I continue to grow my business because I can. I have choice. I have freedom. My friend Jim gave me the gift of the Neolife business possibility and opportunity. It transformed my life. Think what it could do with yours.
We have a guest joining us at the very end, Maryellen. I know we didn't know you were coming on, and you have an amazing story. So I think we'll close with you. I know Lynn, I didn't know Maryellen was jumping on. It was a last minute thing. So thank you, Maryellen, for coming on.
I just got back from the Rockwood tractor parade. So yeah, so I was actually introduced to Neolife it's now 28 years ago. And as you know, it was because my son had so many respiratory issues. And I never realized at the time what a difference it could make when you can give the body what it needs to support itself. And it turned his health around. Like he actually is a firefighter today after having severe respiratory problems. And myself, I got rid of the migraines I'd suffered from my whole life. And I was so excited about these results. I just started sharing these stories, and I started introducing my friends and family, and they just, they got great results, and, people would leave me messages saying they're feeling better. And I got super excited. And that's why I decided that just part-time, I was going to just start sharing the business, and it just took off from there. And now I've made such amazing friends, and, the personal growth that, I used to be so shy. I couldn't talk in front of the room, and just by being so passionate about the products, it was so easy to share. And so I just, we just have had a great experience for sure. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maryellen. So some of you are probably wondering, what's this breakfast pack? And what are these guys talking about, these oils and Trey-N? Well, let me tell you, I'm going to share a little bit about this so that you have a better understanding what we're talking about, and what are these oils and what are these things that are missing in our diet. And I have to share with you that, Neolife, you've heard amazing stories and amazing health transformations. So we don't claim to cure anything. But I have to say, when you start giving your body the right nutrients, the proper nutrition, and you get your cells working properly, it's amazing how good you feel and how the body can just heal naturally. That's what we're doing. Neolife is providing whole food nutrition to give your body the proper nutrients to heal. Okay, and to regulate your hormones. That's really, really important. And the grain oils, our grains are no longer whole. Our grains are milled. This is what they used to do. They grind the wheat, make the flour, make the bread. And how long did our breads last way back then? A day or two. Now, how long do our breads last, right? Weeks, and our cereals years, and our pasta lasts forever. And it's because they mill these oils out. And in the 1940s, there was a challenge. They started milling our grains, and then people were complaining about being tired. Doctors were getting all these complaints from people. And it was a 3-year study that was done in a Presbyterian hospital with over 1,400 people. And what they found was their immune systems were failing. Their adrenal glands were weak. They were lacking some of the key nutrients from wheat that have been removed. And the adrenal glands were not being supported, and your adrenals control everything. And in this study, they tried so many different things first. They tried 76 different kinds of supplements, and nothing worked until they gave them these grain oils. Because what they found was these oils were milled. They remove it from the outer layer of the fiber. They remove the oils from the germ. They remove 22 critical nutrients. And what's left? Starch, white flour, protein, gluten that people have difficulties breaking down because the wheat is not the natural state that it was 70 and 80 years ago, okay? So when you're looking at the chain of life, these lipids and sterols are key. Yes, you need vitamins and minerals and enzymes and protein and carbohydrates, but these grain oils, these trans grain concentrate that Laura May was talking so passionately about, and I know Serena, when you got these trans grain oils into your body, what a difference, because it's needed for cell function, needed for hormonal balance. Every cell in your body is surrounded by this lipid layer to allow nutrients in, waste out. We have a lot of very tired and sluggish cells. When you add these grain oils, trans, guess what? The cell membrane, the structure gets better. There's brain and nerve function working better. And these grain oils are in this Pro Vitality pack that Violet talked about, and some of you shared the breakfast pack, but includes this Pro Vitality. In this little Pro Vitality pack, you're getting your grain oils, you're getting fruits and vegetables, you're getting omega-3 fish, and a good quality multivitamin, all in this convenient pack. The carotenoids are your fruits and veggies, 80 pounds of fruits and vegetables in every pack in a month. That's how much it is after 1 month supply of taking your grain oils, of your carotenoids. You're getting these antioxidants from your fruits and vegetables. Published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, presented at New Academy of Sciences. It was patented and proven to boost your immune system 37% in just 20 days. This is one of the products that helped me when I shared my allergy testimonial. This played a really big role in helping to strengthen my immune system. And especially today, we need a strong immune system. Then these omega-3, we heard so many stories and testimonials on fish oil with my mom and fibromyalgia and Lori, I mean, even Serena, so many people have benefits. And when with their cholesterol, this is a big part of her cholesterol issue as well. So omega-3s play such a big role, but the difference between Neolife is tested for 200 contaminants, zero tolerance factor, clinically proven to reduce inflammation 68% in just 8 weeks. And when you look at us that are aging gracefully, when you look at Heather and how active she is, and Lynn Mittenoff, how active she is, like incredible how these omega-3s play such a big role, right, in reducing inflammation. And when she shared her age, man, let me tell you, she does that Neo Fit workout every day. And I've seen her muscles. So I know the salmon oils played a really big role in your recovery and helping you age gracefully as well. So this is one of my favorites because it's really helped me with my joint pain and helped my mom, as she shared earlier. And there's a multivitamin. In this little convenient packs, you're getting a Cadillac of multis, 21 micronutrients. When you add the protein shake that Violet talked about with regulating blood sugar, this was a product that I added immediately. It was great to replace my breakfast because I wasn't I was a breakfast eater, but I was more muffins and bagels and, you know, carbs. So I was tired, I was exhausted. My blood sugar wasn't regulated, and adding this protein shake made a huge impact in my energy. It's natural, it's a complete protein that includes the branched chain amino acids, it has a little bit of fiber, but glycemic control response. So getting your blood sugar in that glycemic control zone, and all your 25 vitamins and minerals. So it is a complete meal replacement for those of you that are looking at losing those few pounds. And we share, or Shelley shared Brad's testimonial on the weight loss. We've had amazing stories with weight loss, but even just adding the protein shake, even in the morning for breakfast, your body will burn fat and regulate and stabilize blood sugar like Violet experienced with her diabetes and regulating her sugar. So no artificial anything, no high fructose corn syrup, you know, it's so natural, 90% lactose free, easy to digest, and no GMO ingredients. Really, really important. And there is a new protein that we launched this year as well, our vegan protein, for those of you that more of a plant-based protein. That's also an option instead of doing the Neolife shake, but they're both incredible products to help with your energy, mental clarity, and fat burning. So when you look at all the Neolife products, you've heard about aloe, you've heard about garlic, you've heard about, you know, full motion, which is one of my favorites for joints. There's a variety of products that Neolife has to offer, but that breakfast pack is definitely the foundation. Okay, that is the foundation. And then we also can't forget about our kids. Okay, liquid for babies, chewable when they get teeth, and that Samonol is so, so important for little ones as well. So these are the products that'll impact people's lives. And my kids are now 21 and 23, never had to go on antibiotics. And some of you know my older son's testimony with his brain injury. He recovered 100% recovery in 6 weeks. And they told me he had a 6 to 8 month recovery time. So, so grateful that these products were in my children during conception and while they were growing up as young children. So when you're looking at some of these stories that you heard tonight, a lot of them are posted in this Neo Life Healthy Living community as well. There's written testimonials from over 8,000 members are in this group. The stories are wonderful. They're alphabetical. So if you're curious about, you know, some other stories, you can hear from these or see some of the stories in this group. We have to invite you to the group. It is a Facebook group, but just another way where you can learn a little bit more about the power of good nutrition and the impact supplementation, good quality supplements can make in your life. And so how do you join? Well, it's free to join our Neo Life Club. You automatically get a 15% discount when you become a member. And to get the wholesale price, all you have to do is have a product on auto ship. So that breakfast pack or the vitality pack is a month's supply. So when you set that up on auto ship, you get wholesale price, and the company gives you all your shipping back in 6 months for being a loyal customer. And also, if you refer 3 people to either the Vitality Pack or the Breakfast Pack, you get yours free every single month. Many of my customers get their products free, especially when you hear the stories you've heard tonight and you're getting results and you share it with 3 people. Very simple to get your products for free. There's also fitness challenges and weight loss challenges that I know Shelley mentioned. Brad is in that one of the challenges. We had several Canadians actually enter this challenge, and we've got some Canadians that have entered this year. So we're looking for Canada to be on the map again. So just a great thing. And, you know, and you heard from Lynn and Maryellen talking about the impact with the business. So there is that one more option for those of you that are curious. And many of you know my story and our journey. You know, I was a police officer, so was my husband, and we were able to leave our police careers because it's what we wanted. I'm not saying you have to leave your job, but sometimes people are in a position where they can use a little extra money, whether it be $500 a month, $1,000 a month, or build a career where you have that time freedom. I know that was something, Lynn, you wanted, and I know Maryellen, the time freedom, working from home, being with your family, and just being able to control your time. That was something that I wanted, to be my own boss. So if you or you know somebody, you know, that is in that role of really enjoying helping others, incredible business opportunity as well. So the number one is your health, right? There's nothing without your health, but boy, I'll tell you right now, if you can't pay your bills, it's a struggle as well, especially this time. And there's also the security, right? Some of our jobs, we just don't know if it's going to be, if our jobs are going to be around. So again, if you're just looking at using the products, become a club member. If you're curious about the business, just ask the person that invited you here this evening. So I really want to thank you for joining us tonight. I will be pausing.
So when you hear those stories, it's so amazing. And as Nada said, there's, you know, if you just want to start as a club member, just try the products, or if, you know, you're looking for a bit of a side gig, or you could use a little bit of extra money to help with expenses, you can definitely do, just get started and just start sharing. Like, even if you just want to do it part-time, it's an amazing business. And, you know, I know tonight when you heard those stories, you probably thought of so many people that you know who could benefit from these products. So don't keep it a secret, share it with them. So I'm going to stop the recording, and then we'll open it up for questions.